Okay, so I'm starting. Can you all hear me? If you can't, please write in the chat box. The chat box is open for me. Thank you. Great. All right. So before starting the session, I'm going to say something. This is the master class for the course that you all know. In this session, all the QA sessions, all the things that the academic questions that you have in your mind, you can ask me, but about the course and the enrollment and all other stuff other than academic, you can ask Labib or any other career advisor. You know their numbers or any other details, right? So you can contact them maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. For today, you can ask me any questions that is related to the course, and you can interrupt me in between my lecture. Doesn't matter, you can raise your hand or just unmute yourself and then talk, ask me any question. I think we should start now. So yes, this is the masterclass for the business analytics and data analytics with AI, and it will be taken by myself, Rayana Kadir. So it is actually the continuation of the previous class, which was the webinar on the same topic, business and data analytics. And if I recap that webinar very briefly, it will be the reason why we are combining these two analytics thing, business and data, how it is not only limited to these two positions or two roles, business analytics and data analytics. It can be expanded to any other analytics role that are offered by the employers in the job market right now. Because at the end of the day, the analytics thing has some core and very basic skill and knowledge set that we are actually gathering, and we will teach that stuff in this course. That is the aim for this one. And of course, there's the AI thing in this course. So we will let you know how AI, we can leverage the AI, how we can utilize in the analytics part, also how we can upgrade ourselves from the data analytics to data engineer, a little bit of data scientist too. So the machine learning, AI thing, everything will be touched upon in this course. But before that, we just want to summarize or revisit one more time the main topics for this course. These are the four common topics or common skills that are required for the analytics role. No matter what you're applying for, maybe it's market research analytics, product analytics, business intelligence, all of them actually require Microsoft Excel, SQL, Tableau for visualization, and of course Python. If you ask me about the specific text that we're going to cover in this course, I will say the data format will be structured. Of course, the OS, the operating system that we will require is either Windows or Linux. I would like you to have at least a laptop, not a mobile device or any other handheld devices, to have in front of you during the course, because whatever we do, we need a proper operating system, not like the mobile systems, Android or any other iOS. We need the proper operating system to run our codes, because we'll need the visualization stuff, and sometimes we'll need more codes to run. So we need the CPU, sometimes there will be some need of GPU. So we need the proper operating system. So we encourage everybody to have your laptop, please, during the courses that will be start later after this class. The programming language, we will be more interested in Python, of course. We'll stress on Python. The libraries and the framework, we'll use Pandas, of course. Pandas is a must. NumPy. We can use Spark if we need that one. Scikit-learn is very important for the machine learning. We can use TensorFlow if we need more complicated and the transformers, and a little bit of SciPy if we are dealing with scientific calculations. The database, we will learn about MySQL and the visualization. Of course, in Python, the Matplotlib and Seaborn are the two visualization libraries that we're going to call. Matplotlib is a very basic one, and Seaborn is more enhanced visualization. And the tool that we're going to use is, that we're going to learn is Tableau. And if we learn more about Excel, there will be a similarity in the interface between Power BI and Excel. We are not learning Power BI in this course, but it will be very easy if you know about the Excel and Tableau, which will be covered in this course. Yeah, this is another thing from the last class. So whoever were present in the last webinar, I asked you about an example in the YouTube. So you just imagine one scenario that YouTube, the company YouTube, they want to introduce a new feature in under their video. The feature will be to introduce the reactions, just like the other competitor social medias like Facebook or Insta. So they want to introduce the different reactions. So in that case, what will be the scenario? What will be the story inside YouTube office that the BA is doing, what the DA is doing, or what is their role in case of introducing the whole new feature? Can anybody voluntarily answer this one? I'm not going to that slide. Can anyone say anything about the BA and DA role? What roles are they going to play in this case? You can unmute yourself and give me an answer. Just based on the roles of BA and DA, what the BA will do before introducing that feature.
Can I answer?
Yeah, sure.
So I feel that BA will he'll mostly look at the business side of the YouTube videos and how we can improve it, whereas the data analyst will try to improve the technical side of it. So that is how there is a difference between the two.
Correct. This is actually the very summary of their roles, right? The business analytics analyst is basically client facing, so business facing. So whatever he's doing, it will be from the problem statement to business requirement analysis, business requirement gathering to analysis to make them interpretable to the analytical teams, the technical teams, right? So the data analyst then starts with that point where the BA made a bridge between the client side and the technical side. So the DA will start from that point. So he will start the performance tracking, how this button will adapt with the current system, how the users will be engaged with this reaction, and more other technical aspect of it, right? And finally, the entire story will be a full cycle when the BA and DA's work are integrated together. So the DA's finding about the technical stuff, the matrix, the correlation between two features, how the clients are reacting. Maybe there will be some sentiment analysis based on their comments, or how many people are reacting to this one, or which genre of video is getting the more hit. All this kind of data will be analysis by the DA, and this finding will be integrated with the BA's finding. And if there's like a map, one-to-one match, then their work is done from their side. And also, after launching the button or after launching the feature for YouTube, the DA's finding will be the input for the next project of the BA. So whenever there's new things coming up for any company, any business institute, the BA and DA's role are like, it's going on. One analysis will be affecting the next project. So it will go on like that. Now, this entire project will be based on the use cases. We'll learn based on the use cases. It's not just theory, of course, because we are not like the university courses, right? So we are a complete package that will actually make a connection between the knowledge with the practical aspect of it. So we will be based on the use cases, and we'll let you learn using the use case scenarios. So, okay, before going to the tables, I want you to take a look at the curriculum. Can you see it? Can you see the curriculum here, the blue business and data analytics integrated with AI thing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So if you see, this is the 6 steps process that Labib talked about in the webinar. So we are actually in this number 3 step, where the lecture and labs will be done. Labs are actually the practical stuff, all the projects and the big projects we're going to do, including these lectures. After that, we'll have internship and everything that we talked about before. I want you to see the details of this course curriculum. And today is not the session 1. Today is session 0. This is the master class. So from the next class, it will be session 1, and we will start using with the Excel. It says Excel will take 3 weeks, but I don't think Excel will need 3 weeks. To me, it will need 2 weeks maximum, because it's a very basic thing. Then the SQL, session 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it is the visualization, and Python will start from session 10. So yeah, Python will take most of the times, I think 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 will be dedicated for AI and ML. So it will be very interesting because at the end of the Python, it will be very much relevant to you. You'll get fun having all this stuff. So just want you to have a track with all the entire curriculum. I'll start with the Excel. So as I promised, it will be a use case based. So I'm going back to my slide. Can you see the table, the entire table?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we have two tables here. The first one is the employees. So please take a look at the small table. It's a very small one. How many rows and how many columns do we have? Yes, somebody raise your hand. Please unmute yourself and ask me if you have
10.
a question. 10 what? Rows or columns?
Column.
No.
No, 8 rows. Sorry, 8 columns and 10 rows.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is like very basic, but still we are again saying the columns are these stuff: employee ID, first name, last name, department, region. These are columns. So we have 8 columns and 10 rows. Rows are 1, 2, 3, 4, 105, 106. These are rows. So just to make a clear sense of it, we have columns in a building, right? We have columns that actually hold the structure of the whole building. We know it, right? So columns are the things that stand like this, and rows are the things. We don't say we have rows inside a building structure, right? We have columns. So remember that columns are the thing that building has. So this is the vertical thing, and rows are the horizontal. So take a look at the table, because we need to think like an analyst. So we need to go through the data first. So we have the names of the employees, the first name, last name, which department are they from, which region are they from, their hiring date, salary, and interesting thing is satisfaction score, right? It's like they're given a questionnaire to fill up how satisfied you are with the company. So they filled it up, and the satisfaction score is based on their feedback. Okay, and we have another table, which is this one. Can you see the whole table? Can you see the whole table now?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is again with the employees with the same company. They have the employee IDs here. So if you look at the employee IDs, do you find any common employee ID?
Yes.
Yes.
Which are common? Please unmute yourself and talk.
101.
Yes. Correct.
102. 103. 105.
Let's check again. It's fine. Let's check again. This is like serial wise, so 101 to 110. And the next table, so we have 101, 2, 3 common. Okay, but in this table, this is the only common column that is common to both tables, right? Other than that, all the other columns are not common, correct?
Mm.
Okay, so if you get this table, you should ask what is the meaning of the sales amount. Okay, this is the sales amount that one employee did in total. For 101, you can see this is one amount, and there's another amount. So in different months, in November, he had a total sales amount of this, and in December, he had this, right? And the number of deals closed, this is the number of deals closed, of course, is self-explanatory. And for the quota attainment percentage, can anybody tell me what that means? Quota attainment percentage?
So it basically means that how many deals they have closed out of the total deals that they were given.
Close. It is actually the ratio that they have a target sales they need to reach, and the total sales they actually did. So the total sale they did divided by their targeted sale, and is the percentage of that. So we'll make a percentage. So it's not actually percentage, it's sometimes more than 1 or 2. Maybe they made more than their target. So for different 2 months, they have some same employee has different quota. Now in Excel, I have this file. Can you see the Excel?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I have the same employees table here and sales performance table here. So here we can do we already know about the rows and columns thing. Here we can do the visualization using the already data we have. We can do some manipulation. Say we would like to know who has the highest salary among these 10 employees. So in this case, we can write. So we are writing that at the end of the salary column, all right? So who can tell me what I'm going to write here? Who got the highest salary among all the 10 employees? What will be the formula? Who can tell me? Just a wild guess if you know it. All right, I'm saying whenever we are manipulating the data, we need to have, you need to use this part of the Excel file, which is called the formula bar. Okay, so in the formula bar, we keep our cursor, place our cursor and give an equal sign. After that, we need to write whatever we like to do. We can write sum if you want to do a sum. These are all the suggestions that the Excel is offering us, suggesting us. Here, I'm saying I would like to know about the highest paying employee, highest salary of an employee. So it will be max. So max is here, clicking max. Now the parentheses, always after writing any method or any kind of operations like max, mean, average, sum, subtraction, whatever it is, we like to have the parentheses right after the operator. So max and followed by one parenthesis. Then it is suggesting me to enter number 1, number 2, and it goes on. Okay, so what we'll do, this is our entire column. We will select the entire column. We'll have 10 rows here from H2 to H11. What does it mean? H2 to H11, who can tell me?
It means the salary of all the employees will now be compared, and the highest total will be given to us.
Not total, highest will be
Not
given
total,
to
sorry,
us.
the highest number
Yes.
out of
Yes.
this will be given to us.
Yes, correct. So H2 means H is these alphabets are for the columns. This is column A, B. This is from Excel, all right? Excel by default gave us columns A to Z and then AA, AB like that, right? So these are the columns given by Excel. H is the column and then 2 is the second row. This is row number 1 where all the headlines are there, the titles are there. And row number 2 has the number started from row number 2. So H2 is basically the first salary and H11 is the 10th salary, right? So all of them are selected. We can close the parenthesis and we press the enter. So the maximum salary of the employee is 83,000, which is Isabella, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What about the minimum? The same thing will happen to minimum. So we're gonna start with which sign? Who can tell me? It will same like max.
It's equal to minimum bracket, and then we have to select the entire thing from 75,000 to 67,000 till then.
Yes, same thing.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then there's another interesting thing is the date. The date format, we can change the date format here. Here's what format they're following. Can you say? Is the day?
Month, day, and year.
Yes. So if you want to change it, you can change from here. There's a different ways to change the date and number format. And there's more formatting in the, you can format in a date, number, currency, everything. And for different types of date formatting, they have more formatting stuff inside it. So from here, we can do the date formatting thing. So it is currently following the US format, which is the month, day, year. So we'll keep like this. For this one, we can change it to, it's now the general form. We now like to change it to currency. So whenever we change it to currency, it has the dollar sign in front and it has 2 decimal points. That means 0.00. Now, if we want to change the decimal, we can increase the decimal or decrease it. I think 2 points, 2 decimal points is fine, because usually we have 2 decimal points are good enough for the currency. For the other formatting, we can change the colors. These are not very important. We can change the layout of the table. Yes, now I would like to show you the relation between the salary and the satisfaction score. So what I said about the satisfaction score is the employees were given the, let's say, a form to fill it up to have their feedback on their entire experience in the company. So these are the satisfaction score that they provided. So we like to see if there's any kind of relationship between these two things, their satisfaction level and their salary. So here we can see, can anyone say what kind of chart is this one? Okay, so this is called the scatter plot. The dots, all the points, these are the scatter plots. So we can see the maximum salary guy, 83,000, he marked the satisfaction score as 8. He didn't say 9 or 10, it's just the 8. Also, the one with the high satisfaction score, the guy who's the most satisfied, he gave 9 score, but his salary is not the maximum. His salary is 72K. So that is something very interesting, which is not even the second highest. You can see the salary. These are the, okay, we can sort it out, okay? 72,000 is in which category? We can sort it out. So for sorting, you can see the salaries are not sorted, right? If we want to sort this thing, say we like to go from largest to smallest. So the highest is 83,000. Here's the point in the chart. Second highest is 81. Here's 81. He's not very satisfied. Diana, her score was 7. 73, 75, 72, and it goes on. So did you see with the sorting, it's from maximum to minimum now? Did you see that all other values changed as well? So it's not just the salary column which changed. All of the value corresponding to this cell or all of the other cells, they changed with the sorting. Did you see that? So 83,000 is Isabella. It's no longer who was there. It's no longer Alice, right? So the entire table is changed now based on the salary sorting. Okay. Now I'd like to show you any other visualization that you want to see, because Excel can give us beautiful visualizations as well. Maybe the straightforward ones, but still they look good. You know, for the basic stuff, these are quite good visualizations. You can ask me to have any other visualizations that Excel is offering. We can actually have anything there about their departments. Where are the employees are from? In a very basic chart. So I went to insert. So these are all the tabs that the Excel is offering us. It starts from file, where you can open open from existing one, new, all the other stuff. You can have home, the very landing page, very landing tab of the Excel. Then you can insert anything from the next tab, insert, draw, the page layout for all the margins or the breaks or anything about the pages are there in the page layout. You can find the formula in the formulas, data manipulation, which is very important. We'll go through it. Then we have the review. This is for basically for the papers, for writing full-fledged papers. They're from statistics, the translation, spellings, and everything. view the page view, automate, and some help. Okay, so we talked about inserting the visualized charts. So we went to insert. We asked Excel to suggest us any good visualizations for our selected data. What was our selected data? Our data was the employee first name, last name, and the department they are currently working. So it suggests me only the bar chart. Okay, so all right, if we don't want that bar chart, we have the all other charts that Excel is offering from all charts. So we can go to columns, line, pie, bar, everything. So we stick to the recommended chart that Excel gave us. And this is the recommended chart. We can change the color and everything. We went to the design. Design part where we can have different designs. We can change the colors. We can have separate colors if you want, or monocolors. Yeah, so this is the more formatting that we can do with the visualization. Now I'd like to show you a very important thing in Excel, which is we're going to cover more in details in the Excel class, but I just want you to see the pivot table. We all know, we heard the name, the pivot table. So this is a very basic pivot table for this employees table, where again we saw the relationship between the salary and satisfaction score. This is another way of seeing the sum of salary and the satisfaction score. But in pivot table, what they did, they made some calculations. It's not just a straightforward data or table we have. It's a more calculation that they are offering. So we just need to select which column we need to calculate, which values there should be, which rows. So it will give us all the possible cells in the table, and we need to select like this and drag it in the columns or rows or values, these parts, to get the pivot table. So in this pivot table, again, this is about a relationship between the salary and the satisfaction score like before, but the difference is they are calculating based on different regions. There are 3 regions they mentioned based on Central, East, and West. These 3 regions, we have 3 vertical axes, vertical lines. So for the employees of the central area, the relationship looks like this. For the people of employees of the eastern area, it looks like this. And for the west, I think it's the West Coast, they had the maximum number of salary as well as the satisfaction score. So this is another insight. As a data analyst, we can present to the directors or the higher authority that the people, the employees from the West Coast seems to be more satisfied. Also, they are the highest paying employees. So this is one insight. So the job of the data analyst to get the insights, right? To get the relationship between the variables, between the data. So we have the data on your table. We need to make relationship. What will change if I change this one? No, okay, I'll make it fixed and I'll change the another one. What will happen? Okay, so same goes for the other table. You saw this one. It's a little different where there's some more employees joined. 111, 112, 113. These are more employees here. So the pivot table that I created already based on the sales performance is from which state we have more sales. All right. So again, this is not a straightforward data because we have the data like that, different states, different employees and sales amount. But again, if we want to have the data inside, we need to have some calculated value. So in California, there are 1 employee. The total number of sales is this one. So the state, California, will have this amount of sales in total, which is the maximum. Then it will be the South Dakota, then Washington, and it goes on. All right. And this is the sum of the quota and the deal closed. So the numbers are a little overlapped here, but I think if I place the cursor here, you can see the California is also leading here. The number is 1.7 something. We can see the numbers from the table here because the calculated numbers are there. It's just a visualization that where the states are in terms of total sale and all these other parameters. And another interesting thing is we can filter. You can see there's a filter thing here. So at the top, we can have the filtering. So we have 2 types of months here. One is November, starting from here to here, and another one is December. So we can filter based on month. So for November, it looks like this, where the highest is North Dakota. But in December, is it the same story? No, it's California at the top. And if we say all, I'm not selecting any specific month, it will show us the total of November and December for California and all the other states, right? So in pivot table, we can do a lot of manipulation, data manipulation, not just mean, max, sorting, total or average. We can do a way more work than we can show in our visualization, or even without the visualization, we can just show the table to show the directors or the other people, maybe the business analysts sometimes, that we have these correlations between these. In November, this state had more sales, but we can increase the sales in this one because they had the lowest sales in November, or in December, or in Virginia had the lowest sales, so we can increase that. Some of deal close is also less, so we can work on it. This is a very good way of actually presenting your data in front of the whole team. So this is basic of Excel. About the classes, I would like you to ask how many of you actually have Microsoft Excel in your machine? Can you please unmute yourself and
Yeah, I have.
answer this?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Is there anybody who doesn't have Microsoft Excel? Because we need to go to the alternate way of doing it. Is there anybody who doesn't have the Microsoft license or doesn't have Excel in their machine? Okay, that's good. So I'm assuming everyone, yeah, everyone has it, I think. All right, that's amazing. I had another plan. If you didn't have Excel, then we can have the cloud Excel. We can use if you have the Microsoft account. So that's the alternate. If you have Excel, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Sorry, I was talking, but it was muted. My device was muted. Actually,
Okay.
I've got a laptop and it doesn't have MS Excel or MS Office installed yet.
Okay. So you don't have the license, right?
No, I don't have it yet. Previously, I had it. My previous laptop was purchased back in 2013. It
Mm-hmm.
had, but the new one I just got maybe a couple of months ago. I have not installed anything there.
Okay. So then I can ask you to have to create a Microsoft account. Can you do that?
Okay, right now?
Right now, you don't need to, but you can do it, today, tomorrow, as soon as possible, all right? One Microsoft account, it is free, just like the Google account. So after that, you will have the access in the cloud Microsoft, all of the cloud things like Docs, PowerPoint, everything. You have the whole Office suite in cloud. So I think all the features are quite matched with the desktop application. The cloud has almost everything.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so please do that because we need the Excel in our machine, all right?
Will do.
Okay, so we kind of demoed the Excel thing. Now we'd like to show you the SQL. Okay, so for SQL, I will ask you to download the MySQL Workbench. For us, the only client will do. We don't need the server, I think. Yeah, so before the SQL class, I'll, yes, Tahmina, Kazi, yes.
Sorry, it was a wrong tab. I apologize.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, I'm not showing the correct. Can you see the MySQL Workbench here?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so it's just for the master class. I'm just showing you how to do the queries and stuff. But before the actual Excel classes, I want all of you to have to download MySQL Workbench with the client and server if possible, if your machine allows you that much memory. So please download and install MySQL Workbench. It's a very easy steps. If you want to have any kind of instruction or step-by-step installation process, I can give you the link. You can do it. Before running the queries, I would like you to see the table again. So yeah, that was the pivot table done in Excel. So we are in now MySQL, okay? So the interesting thing about SQL is you have your data, you have the tables in front of you, but you'd like to ask the SQL about these tables that you promptly cannot answer by yourself. So this is the queries. What are the queries? These are the questions you are asking MySQL, and in a very for the specific format, we call it the queries, SQL queries. So you're asking SQL to answer your questions in a very formatted way, and then it will give you the answer, including the tables. I mean, it will be in the table format, tabular format, and it will be easy to interpret. One interesting concept in SQL is join. So I'll like to give you a little glimpse before the SQL class. Do you see the animation here in the joins? You know, the colors are changing in the joins. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So one very interesting concept I think in SQL is the join. There are mainly, 4 different kinds of join. There are like other subcategories, but mostly 4 kinds of join. The first one is the inner join. Inner join is, you can see A here, set A, and set B here. Inner join is basically taking the common part from A to B. When A and B, these 2 tables, have something in common, we can have a common part, which is called the final outcome from the inner join of A and B, right? Then we have a second important thing is the left join, okay? As the name suggests, the left join will join everything that A has with the common part of B. But it can have 2 categories. That means with null and without null. When it's with null, it will have everything that A has with B's common part. But without null, it will be just excluding that part, the common part that B has. We'll give the example, but this is like the theories, okay? And this animation, this GIF is very, very interesting. I mean, if you can have that picture in your mind, the concept of join will be forever with you, okay? For the right join, as the picture says, it is the right thing, the right table is our B, so everything that B has, and with the common part of A. And again, if we exclude the common part of A, it will be only the B, the thing that B has, okay? Now the full outer join, it will be everything that A and B have. I mean, it includes the common part, that thing that they didn't have common, all of it. So now we go to the example, okay? That's the theory part. Now we go to the example. So we have this small table for you to understand the join. So this is our table called the customers, okay? We have 3 customers, Chris, Jerry, and Andy. Their IDs are 1, 2, 3. Okay, so table 1 is done. Table 2 is orders. So these 3 customers, no, there's 1, 2, 4. Customer ID is 1, 2, 4. So we have 2 common customers here, 1 and 2, and another new customer, we don't know the name, customer 4, he joined, and the order ID for them is 101, the product is laptop, 102, the product is the mobile phone, and 103, the product is tablet. Okay, now we're gonna do the query thing in SQL using these 2 tables. So I already have these 2 tables in SQL. I will show you how to do that, how you can extract the Excel or CSV file, and how you can have the tables here. I'll show you everything in details, but in this master class, I just want you to see how the join works, okay? Because I think this is very important, at the same time very interesting. So I want you to see. So we have 2 tables here, customers and orders. We saw that already. In SQL, it looks like this, all right? This is the table for the customers, and this is the table for the orders. So we are now running the left join. How? Select star. Star means select everything. Select everything. All the rows that we have, we're gonna select everything. From customer order dot customer, that means this one, this table. This table will have a left join with customer order, this table. Okay, now this part is taking the common thing between these 2 tables. What was the common part of these 2 tables? What was the common thing in these 2 tables? Common column, I would say. What is the common thing?
Customer ID.
Correct. So customer ID will be our basis to join these 2 tables. So we are putting our cursor here. We are running it. And this is our output for the left join. You see, there's some null values. There's some null values. Why? Because we don't know the name of this customer, customer 4, and we don't know Andy's order ID, because Andy didn't order anything. In the order table, Andy didn't have any order. So as it was the left join, and our table, this table is the left one, so it is taking everything from the left table and also some of the things that the right table has, but it is putting null because we don't have these values. If we go to the inner join, it is supposed to have only 1 and 2 because these are the 2 commons, but right now it's not. I think it's running everything. Yeah. So for the inner join, we only have 101 and 102, this customer ID. For 1 and 2, order ID is 101 and 102. These are the two common customers that we have in both of the tables. For the full outer join, yeah, I will be having everything basically. So this is the full outer join where we are making a union between the left join and the right join. Did we run the right join thing? Don't think so. So this is the right join. In the right join, the right table is preserved. The 100% right table is preserved, and some of the element of the left table that match with the right one is there. So the right join output is like this. So we are making a union between the output of this one, left join, and the output of right join. And we get the full outer join like this. So that is a SQL that I want you to see. Even if you can do that manually in your own hand with the pen and paper, you can have these two tables and you can do this. You can just practice how the joins actually work. So that will be interesting. It will like a double check that your calculation is actually correct with the matched with the SQL. So that will be a fun thing to do, right? Whenever we did the math thing, you know, the equation solving, the left side and the right side, we are matching these two. It will be something like that. Okay, so now I'd like to say about Tableau, because most of you asked me or any other instructor why we are choosing Tableau over Power BI. So Tableau has more options, more visualizing ability, and it has more enhanced features that the Power BI is not offering. So another thing is Power BI is Microsoft's product. So whenever we are teaching you Excel, Power BI has the same interface and same UI. So you are kind of familiar with the interface and everything that Power BI has. And about the features, Tableau has all the features that Power BI has. So if you learned Excel, you are familiar with the interface. If you learn Tableau, you're familiar with the feature and everything that we can do using the Tableau. So then you can use Power BI on your own. It's completely fine. It's easy. And for the bigger company, I think a bigger organization, they actually prefer Tableau. So we think it's a better option for you to learn. So before going to the Tableau demo or a little use case for the Tableau, I'd like you to know about the data model, a little bit of Tableau knowledge, the data model. So in Tableau, it treats the data, it arranges the data in data model in such a way that it has two layers, okay? So the top layer is the logical layer and the bottom layer is the physical layer. So the logical layer is actually deals with the simple logics, okay? Like we had two tables, table A, table B. This will be a very straightforward relationship between these two tables. This is the logical layer, okay? But the physical layer actually deals with the things that we just learned, the join thing, you know. In the physical layer, we'll have the different kinds of joins, 3-4 kinds of joins that we saw in the SQL. Tableau offers all kinds of joins, and you can visualize the whole thing in Tableau's way. So it is offering all the joins and all the modes in the physical layer. And we can do that. We can just show you. Can you see Tableau? Can you see Tableau public now in my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so if I double click, you can see, we know this symbol, right? Employees table and sales performance table, and this is the common part of this Venn diagram. And what kind of join it is? We just saw them just in a few moments ago in SQL. What kind of join it is? Can anyone answer? When we have two different
Inner join.
tables, inner join, correct. So Tableau offers 4 kinds of joins. All these 4s we saw in SQL, right? It's the same thing, but this time in Tableau, as it's a visualization tool, we will only select. We don't have to write any code. We don't have to write any queries. We just have to select which join we want. And based on what we wrote in SQL, on this column, employee ID equals employee ID. So it is providing us this field. We just need to select from the drop down. That's it. That's the easy thing in Tableau. So we can just select which column to have a connection between two. This is employee ID. So this connection is in the physical layer that we saw, and before that it was there was no connection between two tables. We just made a connection using, okay, I'll show you in details when we start Tableau, but we just made a connection between two tables in a specific set of steps. So we'll show that. So now we go straight into our visualization. We did a visualization, bar chart, scatter plot, maps, and a dashboard. Okay, we'll go through all of it. So first of all, the bar chart. As I said, Tableaus is very interesting and easy at the same time, and very important at the same time. So I'll share all of the links. Okay. Okay. So so these are the bar charts based on, you see the columns, employee ID, and rows are the quota attainment percentage. So this is very easy to interpret. These are our employees from 101 to 110, and they have these quota attainment percentages. The labels are there because I put the labels here. You can change the color. You know, there are more colors options here. You can change the font. You can put the labels at the top of the bars. You can change the sum to average. It will be different because they are making the average in this case. You can take the median. You know, median is the middle point of the numbers. So quota attainment, the median of the quota attainment, the count, how many counts do they have, maximum, minimum. You see, all the concepts are pretty much there. Everything we learned in Excel is there. Everything we learned in SQL is there. We just need to have a connection between all the softwares. The concept has to be there, and then we can just have to click. We know we should know how to click, which one to click, which one to do. So for now, we just stick into the summation of the total quota attainment thing. For the, I also made a scatter plot for the satisfaction and salary. We already saw that in Excel. If you remember, the very first thing that I show you, the very first visualization in the Excel was the relationship between satisfaction score and salary. So again, in Tableau, I just made them look big. You know, you can change the size of the dots. You can change the shapes. You can have tooltip, you can have the details, you can have the labels. I put the labels, that's why the labels are here, otherwise they won't be here. Again, the bars here, this is for different states and the sales amount from different states. We also saw this graph in Excel pivot table, right? So you can see, you can compare different visualization in same visualization in different tools, right? And then you can see how you can format it, how you can modify it, how can manipulate the different data in different tools. This is, I think, the fun part of using the same table and same example for the same different tools. You can change the sorting thing. You know, we can here it was at the beginning it was not sorted, it was just random bars. Then I sorted in this way. Then another interesting part of Tableau is the map. So we saw different regions and different sales from different regions. So we just put all the states in the map. If you have a paid version of Tableau, you can actually see the entire US map. Right now, the other states are not visible here, maybe because it's a free version, but still the positions are correct. No, all the states are in the correct positions and they're different colors because of different amount of the sales quantity. And finally, with the bar chart, scatter plot, map, I made this dashboard, which is probably the very simple one, maybe the very basic one, but I just want you to show how Tableau can actually interpret data. Say you are in a presentation to show your entire company that there's a relationship between the employees and their sales and their salary with satisfaction score, and they're from different states. How can we change the parameters for different sales which affect the entire deals closed or the quota the employees are actually closing? So you can select one. These are the thing that the dashboard is offering me, all the sheets that I actually did before. I did all this. Then I just drag this one into my blank area to make a dashboard. Okay, then I put a title at the top. So this was the very first bar chart that I did. This is the map. An interesting thing is if you just select, say in the map, you select the map and here you can see there's a filter, there's a close button. You can remove this sheet from the dashboard. You can go to the sheet, there's a link here, and there's a filter button. So if I press this filter here, then I can see only the stats of Washington. I selected Washington and now all the other sheets of the dashboard changed to only Washington. So only one employee is from Washington, employee 108. And he has a quota attainment percentage of 193. He has a satisfaction score of 7, salary of this, and this is the sales amount that he had. So we can get all the information from the state Washington. Okay, same goes for Virginia, North Dakota, all the other state. We can put the filter anywhere in the sheets. I put it in the states in the map sheet, but you can put it anywhere. Like if I put it here, everything will be presented in terms of that specific thing that you're clicking. So this is something very interesting. Also, we can have the regularization bar. the parameter that we can set. For this table, this cannot be done, but for a more complex table that has more rows and more columns, we can have we can show the trend, where it is going, or in the next 2 or 3 months, what is the trend of the sales, or what is the trend that is following. We can see that from this visualization. We can also have the parameter regularization. We can have the bar, we can change the bar and show them. See, if it is more than 50, it will look like this. If it's less than 50, it will look like that. All these conditions we can apply, not using code or not using any queries. It's just everything is so visualized and so easy. You just need to drag, drop, and just show it to the whole company. So this is the interesting part of the Tableau. We can have more in our classes, of course. And another thing is you can have a cloud account in Tableau Public. So whenever I'm saving it, it's opening up in the Tableau Public. So you can save all your data in the cloud as well. Okay, so we showed you a little bit of SQL. For SQL, we'll have more than 3 classes, of course, almost like 4 or 5 classes, because we need to have the basic concept, database concept, and then the basic, advanced, and the intermediate and advanced of SQL. And then now the last topic is Python. Okay. So before going to the Python, I want you to see okay, I want you to know about some basic concepts of Python. Again, if you have any question, please raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask me the question, right? There will be no separate Q&A sessions. So please, whenever you have any difficulty of understanding or if you have any confusion, please ask me, okay? Okay, so before going to the data frame and everything, I want you to see the very basic Python coding, the fun part of it, okay? So everyone has the Google account, right? You have the Gmail account, right? I am assuming everyone has the Gmail account, right? If you don't have it, you can just say here, or you can just create one free Google account. I think everyone has it now. It's not like Microsoft, so if you have Google account, you can just go to the drive.google.com, and there I want you to open a new Google Colab file for me. Maybe not now. If you're doing it now, it's even better. But if you're not doing it now, please do that after the class or maybe when you have time. So if you don't find it here in the new, go to Connect More Apps. Okay. Another window will pop up. So here you write Colab. For me, Colab is already installed, so it's written like this, installed. And that's why as it is installed, it is showing here in my list. So if I click here, it will open a new workbook where we'll do Python, okay? So this is Google Collaboratory, which is based on the Jupyter Notebook, is the same features and same concept of Jupyter Notebook. It's even more interactive. It's even more easier to write anything in Python, and you'll have a little bit of help from Gemini, Google Gemini, but I'll ask you not to take help right now because we're learning, right? If you don't know it by yourself, you ask Gemini to do it, you won't learn. And then in terms of when you go to the industry, when you go to the actual work, you actually don't know when the AI is making the mistakes. So in order to correct AI or to review whatever AI is giving you as the output, you need to know by yourself. You need to, the actual output would be, you need to know the actual coding, what will be. So you have to know by yourself. And this is the time, this is the course where you can actually learn the things. Please don't rely on AI for the classes and the little tasks that I'll give you. You can have a little bit of help later when you actually start to work, because I think most of the companies are right now asking you about how to do the prompting and everything. So you will eventually get to know how to utilize the features of AI or how to utilize AI at most in your work. But for learning, everyone is suggesting not to use AI, all right? So in this way, you can have a new notebook in Colab, and right here, you can start your coding, okay? So for now, I'll show you the codes that I already wrote. So this is the very first thing. Say I'm writing my first string or my first word as hello, okay? Forget about the rest, okay? The first string is hello. So if I write print first string and I press this button to run these 2 lines of code, it will print hello. This is the output straight away. You can show or hide the output from here, okay? So these are the little blocks where you can write code. You can have a caption like this. You can have a text. You can format the text and everything. So this is the first block that where we print the hello. Okay, now we'll like you to input your name. That's why the Python will ask you, please enter your name. Then you will need to input your name. Okay, let's see how it worked. So you're already in the output, it gave you enter your name. So I'm giving my name here and enter. So in the output, it says enter your name and Rana. That's it. Now I want to do more. So I have this hello as the first string and my name as the second string. Did you see? This input is actually the second string. So I am combining the first string with the second string, and I am putting this combination in another called the third string. And I'm printing this third string. So now it will print hello Rayana. So it is actually combining this hello with my name. And what do we call this first string, second string, third string? Can anyone say what do we call these things? Okay, these are variables, okay? These are variables. Variables are like a placeholder, an empty placeholder. Say this is an empty placeholder where you can put something in it. What would you put? This hello, this content, okay, this string. What is a string? A string is the text, basically. It's not a number, okay? It's the text, A to Z. Any word or a full sentence, everything is string. So our first string, our first text is hello, which we put inside a variable. Again, variable is the empty placeholder. Okay. Now we print the variable which contains the hello. It printed hello. Same goes for second variable and third variable. Okay. All right. So we again went to our tables, those employees table, the Alice, Bob, and Charlie, the first name, last name thing. These two tables, okay, the employees and sales. So now we do something with the Python. We'll create a data frame. Okay, what is data frame? It is two-dimensional like the tables. It has rows and columns. But there's some differences, like the data can be in the columns, the data can be of integer, of float. Integer means the numbers, okay, only the numbers 1, 2, 3, these are integers. Float means when you have the decimal point, the points 2.5, 3.5, these are not integers. 1.2, 1.1, these are not integer. Integers are full numbers, whole number, there's no point in it. Okay, we can have float, you know, the decimal things, 1.1, 3.2, 11.6, whatever it is, all these are floats. We can have string. We just talked about string, right? The text A, B, C, D, A to Z, anything, or maybe the whole sentence. Welcome to my world. Okay, the whole sentence can be a string. Okay, and booleans, this is something I don't know how many of you are familiar with. Booleans means there's just two possibilities, true and false. The boolean will always return either true or false. Okay, and the same thing like the tables, you can add or remove the columns and rows in the data frame if you want. So what is data frame? Let's go back to Python again. So I have written the codes for the pandas data frame. So before starting this masterclass, I talked about the technology that we're going to use. And as the libraries, I mentioned about the pandas, right? So this is the very like heart and soul of the data analytics in Python. We need to use pandas. We need to use NumPy for numerical calculation, and matplotlib, of course, later for the visualization. So we read the file employees, and then we are running it, the head of the file. What is the head of the file? The top part of the file from 0 to 4, not the entire table, just the top part of the file. Let's run it. Okay, we know how to run it. So it is connecting to my Google Drive. That's why I want you to have a Google account, maybe for this class, because all the tasks and everything will be in Google Drive. So I want to have a Google Drive and corresponding Google Colab with it. It will be super duper easy if everything is connected. You don't have to do anything. Just put everything in your drive and then have to call from the Google Colab. So it is now making a connection with my Google Drive, and the file is in Google Drive. All right. So it can actually, Python can actually read the file, and it is giving me the output of the head of my file. Okay. Now, Python gave us the opportunity to know everything about this table. First of all, what is the shape of the table? Rows and columns. The first thing that I asked you about the table in the first, in the beginning of the masterclass. So it is giving us the shape 10 and 8. That means we have 10 rows and 8 columns. First one is the row, then the column. Okay, RC. Then we need the information about the entire table. So if I run it, it's already there. So there are 10 entries, 0 to 9. The columns, it's all. Another important thing is it's giving us the type of the data that the rows are actually having, the columns are actually having. So the employee ID is basically the integer, because there's no employee ID with a string, any text or any floating number, any point, something. No, employee ID is always a full number. Is 0, 1, 0 to 10, maybe 0 to 9. Then the name, the first name and last name, both are object. Object means string. Okay. Same goes for department. It's also object. The region is also object. Now the hiring date. The hiring date is not a number because it has a date format, and it is treating this date format. It has slashes and any other format that it has. Is treating a date format as an object. It can also have the name of the month sometimes, right? So this is another date format. So everything is an object because it can have a mix of numbers and string. The salary is in integer, and the score, satisfaction score, is also an integer. Okay. Now I can describe the table. So it is calculating everything for us. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to know them. We don't have to run a query to get the max, to get the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum, the 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75. We don't have to do anything. It will do everything for us. We just have to write, describe the table for me, please. And then it will describe the whole thing. All the numeric values are calculated here, and possible all the statistical information is given in this table if you write describe. Okay. We do the same for the other table, sales. We're reading the file from here. We read the CSV from Google Drive. This is our file. When we run it, it looks like this. We did the same thing, information and everything. Now, the join operation, again, we did it in SQL. We did it in Tableau. Now we are doing it in Python. Again, the code is very basic. This is our final output. Okay. We wrote the name of the output first. It can be anything. I gave df merge. It can be df combined. Let's say I can give any name. The variable name can be anything. This is the variable name for my output. So when I change the name, you have to be changed here. So how can we get the output? By merging the two tables. Merging the two tables, df sales and df employees on employee ID. Same thing. We did that. We showed that in SQL on employee ID. We showed that in Tableau. Same thing. Same kind of argument we need to provide for merging these two tables. So the head of this merged output will look like this. It is merging these two tables. Okay, so I use the name so many times. I'm changing it back. It's not combined because the other cells are affected. So I'm okay. Now Python can do all the visualizations. I mean, it's like the grandfather of all the statistical analysis, statistical calculation, and at the top of everything, visualization. So if you know, if you can master the matplotlib library, if you can know the 𝐶bone, which is the more enhanced version of the visualization in Python, you know almost all kinds of visual. How can you improve it? How can you make it more insightful? Everything. So this is again the relationship between the different states will total sale. But this time, this is a line graph. Okay, so I put the tables here, which tables I'm taking, state and sales amount. What kind of graph it will be? This will be line graph. All right, you can change the color. I just keep it as the default color. And I gave the names of the x-axis and y-axis, and didn't take time. Yeah, it's just 1 second, 2 seconds maybe to get me the output. So from here also, you can see the North Dakota has the highest sale record of the company, maybe in 2 months. So North Dakota has the highest, and California is the second highest. Okay, there's more very important visualizations that usually we don't do in Tableau or any other Excel or anywhere. The first one is histogram. So Python, we use Python for doing the histogram. The histogram will actually, this is not like bar chart, but as these numbers are not continuous, you see for 5 there's no value, so this number is not continuous. This data is not very good example for showing the histogram, but still I want you to see how the histogram looks like. So it is basically taking the satisfaction index here and the frequency. Histogram is all about showing the frequency that for satisfaction 4, how many employees actually voted. 2 of them gave satisfaction 4. None of them gave 5. For satisfaction score 6, 4 of them gave it a 6 vote. For 7 is again 2. For 8 is 4. So histogram is basically dealing with the frequency of any values. In this case, I chose the satisfaction index, satisfaction score, so that I can see how many employees are giving me this value and that value. All right. And again, this is the join. I want you to see that Python can also do the join thing, the same thing. And I wanted to see, yes, the correlation. This is another interesting thing. So we saw the correlation between the satisfaction score and salary, if there's any relation between the satisfaction score and the salary. Now I want you to see the quota attainment score, attainment percentage, and the satisfaction score. So I put the correlation matrix, which is another variable, the output variable for getting my correlation stuff. How am I doing it? I'm putting the 2 column names, satisfaction score, quota attainment percentage, and I write CORR, which is the method for calling correlation. Okay, so it is showing me there is a relationship between these 2 parameters. Okay, what does it mean? What does this correlation mean? Correlation, if it's like -1, the range is from -1 to +1. Okay, so if it is -1, that means it has completely opposite relationship with each other. So if something is increasing, the other one is decreasing. Okay, this is called the complete opposite relationship. And if it is +1, that means it is absolutely aligned with each other. If something goes 1 step, another one is going 1 step, completely aligned. Okay. In our case, the correlation score is 0.792622, which is not 1, but the good thing is it's not a negative number, or it's not less than 0.5, which is close to 0.8, which means it is almost there with to 1, right? So this has a relationship, these 2, satisfaction score and quota, has a relationship which is positive and which is 0.79. That means 79.26% correlation between these 2. We have a very beautiful visualization called the heat map to show the correlation. So this is our satisfaction. This is the quota. So 0.79, that is 79%. So it's almost like 80%, just we already said. And another one, the very common one we showed in other tools too, salary and satisfaction score, the common thing. So it is giving us a value for this, not just the heat map, it giving us the value between the correlation of satisfaction score and salary, which is 0.7. Okay, so there is a relationship, but it's not like 100%, it's 70%. So we can also say that, show that to our company, that if we have a heat map, you can see These two has a relationship, which is a positive relationship and which is 70%. So I think if we increase the salary, there is a 70% possibility that their satisfaction score will go up, right? So this is the visualization I want you to see. Yes, and a little bit of about the pandas, rows and columns, same as the Excel thing. And it offers different kinds of data type. We also discussed about that. Oh, and in pandas, you can import different types of files. In the use case that I showed you, I imported CSV from my Google Drive. You can import Excel, Parquet, HTML, HDFS for the big data, Hadoop. You can have JSON, you can import GBQ, you can import SQL file. It can process all of these files because it can read all of this file and it can have output to all these files. So it is actually supporting a lot of different formats, which is amazing. So Python can give us many more options, many more accessibilities, and the libraries are so rich, you don't need to write the method for doing a calculation or any kind of manipulation. The methods are there. You just need to know that this method can work and I need to call this method. So when I call that library, all the methods from that library is coming to your code. So you can just use it. And the visualization, I already showed you the correlation matrix, the heat map, and the histogram. See, the histogram usually looks like the bell curve because it's the frequency thing. So the highest frequency is always this middle part. And for the minimum and the maximum, it's always the frequency is very low. This is the very ideal case for histograms. Our case, it wasn't the continuous data, so it didn't look like the bell curve. And yes, that pretty much wraps up this masterclass. I think you have an idea about manipulating different tools with the same tables. And for ease of understanding, I gave another example of smaller tables too, to make you understand the joins and other stuff. These are the very important concepts because when we start the actual classes from the next class, we need all these concepts. And also the preparation, as the preparation, we need to have all the tools ready in our machine, in our laptop. So if you have faced any problem, please, you can email me. You have my email address. And someone asked me to give the link. What link? I didn't really understand. If you're still here, you can please say which link you are actually asking for.
You were asking about links when you were discussing about SQL. You asked whether we need the links or not.
Oh, the link for the installation? Yes, I'll give you the video links for installing all of it. Just maybe before the class, because it's the master class and in between the main classes, I have some time, so I can give you the links, of course. And if you want, I can give you the Excel file for practicing or the PPT if you need any kind of help or regarding the knowledge or anything.
Please.
I can give, yes.
That'd be appreciated.
Yes, I'll give you. Thank you. And the next class will be on 1st of October, not in the next week because we have scheduled something in the next week. So it will be starting from 1st of October and it will start with Excel. So please be there. We will have fun together, I think. So as we don't have any QA sessions or QA time for today, so I think it's a wrap now. Okay. Do you have any question regarding these topics that I covered or the examples? Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so I hope you enroll in my in the courses, in the cohort, and see you in the classes. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.